Hey everybody, it is Nasal Cactus here, back with more Star Wars Unlimited. I believe it's TCG. I looked it up online like today, and now I don't remember the difference between if it's a TCG, a CCG. I'm looking at this now and realizing if I had just read, this is why I did not do well in school. But it says right there that original Star Wars trilogy, Rogue One, A Star Wars Story, and the Star Wars Rebels series. I don't think that that's everything, though, because we did have a card with Kylo Ren on it. At least I thought it was Kylo Ren. It looks like Kylo Ren. He's got the lightsaber with the cross guard on it. I don't know how that wouldn't be Kylo Ren. So, yeah, those are in there. I'm not like saying, how dare you, Fantasy Flight Games, you lied to us about what is in your boxes. I just think it's interesting that maybe they are sort of teasing or not really revealing everything that is available in the packs. But, you know, the way it seems from what I've been reading online, they might be pretty aggressive with this game in terms of like releasing expansions and moving forward with like new cards to add to this. I believe I read online that they might even have another expansion coming out this summer. And I mean, this just came out in March of 2024. So could be a very quick addition to the Spark of Rebellion that we've got here. Yeah, booster box number 2. The first booster box was like a lot of fun to open. I mean, it's like the most obvious thing to say probably, but I really enjoyed just getting into this type of content for the first time. It's really not like anything that we've ever done before. So yeah, if you've made that journey with us so far, I kind of said this earlier, but we appreciate it. And I was trying a sign off in a few videos during that first booster pack that I hope you enjoy what we enjoy, which is true. It sounds a little hokey, and I don't want it to sound selfish. Like, I hope you enjoy what I like what I like. That is definitely not the case. I just want to share this stuff with everybody. We want you to be able to enjoy these things along with us and be a part of the community. So, starting things off with a Sabine Wren leader. I'm going to try and keep these a little organized in terms of what I pull. So, make a little space here. Got our base here. Now getting into the commons of the pack. So we'll put the commons up here. That first one was Homestead Militia, Rugged Survivors, Imperial Interceptor, Resupply, Academy Defense Walker, Precision Fire, Frontier AT-RT, Waylay, Syndicate Lackeys, and doesn't look like we're getting a hyperspace to start things off in the commons. Unfortunate, but going into the uncommons, Ezra Bridger, Colonel Yularen, and Benthic Two Tubes. So interesting, all 3 of the uncommons in this pack characters. I don't know if that's a strong possibility that could happen, but definitely a cool little accident for sure. Get those together, get the commons together a little bit more. All right, so our first rare card. Yes, rare card. Not a legendary to start things out. Bodhi. Now I gotta start working on getting everybody for Rogue One. I have a Cassian as a leader. I don't know if I have a Cassian as a rare or legendary by himself. And a common Ty LN for our first pack. Don't really see any foil lines on this one, which is good. Come across a couple of those so far that have some lines that just kind of run like right through the foil of the cards. And, from a playability standpoint, it doesn't really mean anything. Just from an aesthetic standpoint, that's a little bit of a bummer because, it just means could diminish the value of the card just a little bit. And, that sucks. I should have opened that more on camera. I'm sorry for not doing that. Boba Fett as our leader. I really don't know what possessed me to decide to pull that off camera when I did that. I will do my best to not do that in the future. Capital City as our base. Into the Commons. Medal Ceremony. Seasoned Shore Trooper. 2-1B Surgical Droid. Disabling Fang Fighter. Strike True. Maximum Firepower. Disarm. Rogue Operative. Oh, and here we go, a Hyperspace Common from the second pack. Vanquish. This card, the first time I pulled it, was not a Hyperspace version. And in case you are from the earlier videos, I did learn that these are not anime lines. It is Hyperspace when the stars streak past, which I should have known. But yeah, the first time I saw this card, it was very hard to discern what was going on in this art. Like seeing Vader's skeleton, but with the cape and the shape of Palpatine on top of him was just like very disorienting for some reason. I don't know why I had such a tough time with it. General Veers is our first uncommon. Inferno 4. See, and so again, me being picky, but this is not Originals Trilogy. This is not Rogue One. This is not Rebels. This is Starfighter. Starfighter? I think that was the name of the game. Squadrons. Greedo. And our rare Obi-Wan Kenobi. Another character rare. And our final card, uncommon foil, Bib Fortuna. A lot of characters in these first couple of packs. Like a lot of named characters. Interesting. I'm not saying it's good or bad. I almost did it again. All right, next pack. Leia. I don't know why I pulled it off camera. I think it's because I've got a little bit of a weird setup with this camera, so I'm kind of like opening them around the tripod. It just makes it a little awkward to kind of lean forward, but we make do with what we got. So let's see what we got for a leader. Hey, Leia. Common leader. I was a little, I don't want to say mad about it, but I was a little unimpressed that they would not give Leia the credit she deserves and that she is a common leader for this set. But I think that's where the rarities come into play in terms of like pulling a Leia from the packs, like in the substance, in the stacking of the cards, I guess, whatever word you want to use. It makes them a little more important if you find them deeper down instead of the leaders right off the top. They have a higher rarity. Asteroid Sanctuary. That is our last common. Distant Patroller for the first uncommon. Cartel Spacer for the next uncommon. And the last uncommon of this pack, the 97th Legion. So technically another named character, if you want to get picky about it. We got another rare card coming up. Bendu. I've seen this guy a few times. Guy, person, creature, a few times. Don't know much about him, but I think that they're talking to like one of the little... Are they talking to a porg? I really can't tell. I need to do my research and find out who Bendu is. And a common foil to round things out. Imperial Interceptor. So, not like knocking my socks off with the first 4 packs. That's okay. There's still 20 more to go in the box. I'm kind of amazed. Another Sabine. Is that the second one we got out of these first 4? It is. So, wrapping things up with a repeat leader, which is fine. again, I think from the leader standpoint, they are like more common. So it's not like a good or bad thing that it's common. You're really looking for those showcase cards whenever you want the leaders if you are looking to collect. Put that hyperspace base off to the side. Getting into the commons, we got a Wilderness Fighter, Green Squadron A-Wing, which I do want to refer to as Gween Squeen because I completely obliterated the pronunciation the first time I opened one of those. It was very late at night. I had been at work for a very long time that day, and my brain was just not processing a whole lot. So if you managed to fight your way through those videos along with me and you stuck around to now, hopefully I'm making more sense than I was in those other ones. If I'm not, please let me know. I mean, not that I normally make a lot of sense, but hopefully just like a little more conscious and with the conversation. Now, I think we got one more common. Nope, that was it. Restock, last common. Into the uncommons. Forced Surrender. The Force is with me. This is an uncommon. Pirated Starfighter as the last uncommon. Oh, and a legendary. Alright, so higher rarity on this rare slot. Force Lightning. I believe it's a card I have already, but you know, the legendaries, definitely take those. And then for the last one, a foil rare. So pack number 4, proving me a liar from the beginning of this one, saying that the packs weren't knocking my socks off. Fett's Fire Spray. That's cool. That's a fun card to end on. Got that foil. Let's see if are there any foil lines on this one. Doesn't look like it. Looks like it's pretty good. I don't know much about the centering on cards like these. It looks like it's pretty good. But I had not gotten this yet. I'm still a little behind in terms of like named spaceships. Starships, spaceships, whatever you want to call them. So I'm hopefully this is like a good sign of things to come for building up a bit more of a quote unquote fleet. So that's it for this one. I'm going to move through these a little bit faster. Like I said, in those first few videos, I was really taking my sweet time. But there are 252 cards in this set overall. And beyond that, I'm just excited. I'm enjoying this. You know, these things really are fun for me. So that's why I say I hope you enjoy what we enjoy, because I hope that this is something that you guys can come back to and experience with us. And who knows? I mean, you know, I'm not going to give up hope that there's a showcase in this box. And maybe that can be something that we share in together and get to see it. So yeah, I'm going to sleeve up some stuff, specifically the Fett Fire Spray. Yeah, we'll be back with 4 more packs in the next video. Thanks a lot.